Hello YouTube. I have had a lot of messages and comments of people asking, does this support my game? And this doesn't seem to work with my game, what's up? So this video will be a guide on how to actually configure your controller for games and applications, even those that do not directly support a gamepad. So first, get your DS3 tool open and have your controller connected and working either with wireless or by USB, whichever you prefer. If you refer to my previous videos on installation if you still need help with that. If it's set up correctly, you should see a gamepad listed under connected game controllers. Right now it's just DualShock 3/6-axis. So this video will go over the different modes, which is basically emulation of different controllers. So each of these has a different settings and just differences. So right now go ahead and choose the PlayStation 2 point of view and joysticks. Go ahead and enable that. And always use vibration testing to make sure that my controller is connected properly. So first thing I'm going to show you is a application that actually supports a gamepad. And this is a Super Nintendo emulator. So most emulators that I've come across automatically support a gamepad, so you shouldn't really have to do much for these type of applications, but I'll just show you it as an example of what it should be like. So basically go ahead and go to configuration, then input, and you should end up here. So go ahead and click on this and it should ask you to enter the key or button to use. At this point go ahead and hit the up on your joypad and it should automatically register the inputs with there. So it should say like J03 or something like that. So for these just set whichever you prefer, and once you're done just go ahead and close it out and test it on a game. I'll just choose something random here. So this right here. So yeah, seems to be working. Awesome. Alright, so that's a simple way. And the next application I will show you guys is for a PlayStation emulator. Pretty popular one called the PSXE. It also supports gamepads natively, so just go to configuration, gamepad port 1 and pad 1, and you should get a configuration like this. On the top right, just make sure it's set to DualShock up here. There are different types of gamepads you can use, but this is what you use for this PS3 controller. And it works the same way. You'll just click on that and it'll tell you at the bottom here it's editing the select button, so you just press it on your gamepad. I had this already set up. So also you'll want to set your rumble, so just make sure your big motor is set to sine and your constant motor or your small motor is set to constant. So yep, it's easy. I'll just try a game real quick. We'll just load this. And for this application you'll have to hit F5 to enable the analog sticks, which is pretty much like the original PlayStation where they had the analog button in the middle. Yeah, so you'll have to do that. Alright, and once I get through this, so yeah, pretty sweet. It's working. Alright, so that works there. And go and close this out. And next I will show an application that does not support a gamepad, which is what I assume most people will be watching this for. This is BioShock 2, which does not support a gamepad, and I'll show you guys how you would go about doing this. So click on Options and Customize Controls and then Customize Keys. Okay, so we'll try like in the emulators where you just click on a key and it'll ask you press a new key for binding. So I'll press on my gamepad and obviously nothing's happening. So what this means is that you'll have to remap these keys, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. So we'll set up a custom profile on our DS3 tool. So let me go and close this. Now that we're back at our DS3 tool, it's time to create a custom profile. And the way you can do that is down here next to custom, click on Create. Okay, and this will list all your PlayStation 3 buttons on your controller. And what this allows you to do is remap your buttons to different things on the computer. So what we'll do here is, because BioShock 2 needs the mouse and the keyboard to function, we're going to try to emulate those in these functions here. So basically we'll start with movement, and I assume for most people they use the left analog stick for movement and the right analog stick for aiming. So pretty simple. The left analog stick, and because the arrow's up, that means this is up. We're going to do keystrokes, and for most shooters the WSAD is pretty much common, so click on this and it's going to bring up the keyboard. So for up it's W and keystrokes here, and for the right we'll do D, and you'll go ahead and go through each of these, customizing it to how you want, but I'm just going to do the default for BioShock, which is these. Okay, and for the mouse movement, it's already set here, but basically the mouse axis is what you want, and you set it for up. And for the right, obviously you set it for right, so you'll go through each of these and do that. Okay, so basically what we've just done here is every time we press the up on the left analog, it's going to press W on the keyboard. So yeah, it just means we're going to be able to move in BioShock, and this will emulate the mouse, so you'll be able to aim with your right analog stick. Okay, and most games like shooters use the left and right mouse button for your weapons, so yeah, you'll use L1 for the left button and R1 for the right button. So obviously mouse button, and you can even use the middle button if there's something like that for your game. So each of these you can customize to whatever. So yeah, if you want the triangle to be a specific key, you can remap that to left shift, and then you can go into BioShock and set whatever key you want to left shift. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Just need to set things custom, custom settings for each of these games. And what you'll do is you'll save this, and I'll do BioShock 2 and save. So that's it, and you'll go back to Profiles, click on Custom and BioShock 2 and enable. So we bring up Notepad here, and here's Notepad, so I'm going to press on my analog stick, and as you can see, it's pressing these keys on the keyboard. Pretty awesome, and I'm using my right analog stick to move the mouse. There is a way to adjust the sensitivity of the mouse, and I believe it's under Options, and they have the dead zone, mouse cursor speed, things like that. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Just make your profiles for different games and enable them as you need them. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope this has helped you.